Hi sir, my name is Said. So I hope this video gets recorded properly. Yes, hi sir. Over here I was just screening a few stocks, sir, and I'm actually following a approach, sir, which I wanted to discuss with you briefly. Of course, a detailed approach I am working on. I have list of stocks, so like I have more than 15 to 20 stocks where I'm working on in detail. But that was just a brief I wanted to discuss with you about. So what I'm planning is nothing but MSTF merging aligning with DSTF, so such that I can on D I can time the entries and play the MDNA. So over here, no, so usually you remember the BTC trade. So similar to that, I had few stocks. So one of the approach, in major stocks, what I've seen is price falls, price uh, goes, and from relativity wise, usually they come near to 50, and in certain cases they even move from here, where we get some CB over here on D or maybe W. So here, of course, this if I just show you the recent consolidation also, what we have seen is that uh, yeah, what we've seen is that usually in stocks, what we see is it goes over here. There's huge gap between the MAs as well. It curves and again it comes down, and from here it goes. Over here we did not see that, so here. But one more thing was that we did not see any demand, a significant good CB close candle on D as well. So this was nothing but a similar consolidation which I had seen in Gallant Despite. If you remember, long back I had shared a detailed study on Gallant Dispenser. So that similar approach was seen over there as well, and this was a very beautiful consolidation, sir. So again, if you see the Gallant Dispat consolidation over here, it was similar to that one, sir. Over here, yeah, over here. That if you just see, I'll show you the M. The M is like this, the W is like this, and on D, so W is like this, so where the consolidation is happening, and D is like this. So basically there is no the consolidation is that. So what I usually plan also over here is that when on immediate LHS, do you remember, first time when I came, I used to say that the concept of last sell. So the concept was nothing but a similar approach, similar to VCC type only, but more based on the timings part. So what I see is that from here, if we got the supply, here again we tested. Now here again we saw some significant supply. So as soon as price touched, it came back, it snapped back significantly, and so I usually don't prefer to buy here. Of course, on if I see on W consolidation, it worked perfectly well, and even on ETF -2, when we see the H is near 200 over here. On hourly, the H is near 200, and where 200 is flat, where all the MS are compressed. So this is actually the best rate to buy. But usually, my approach, of course, I am adapting to this approach as well. I'm seeing to buy certain stocks over here as well, because if you just see the price, the way it has consolidated, the way the IBs are there, the candles which are in contraction are very beautiful. So I'm also planning to see more trades like this and practice more on this. But usually what I used to do is I would wait for another DC or a CB and 2 3 candles consolidation, and then I would play the move. But this was very beautiful. So just regarding this as well, if we just check over here, with the SCI process. Yeah. So yes, so with that similar approach, I was looking at SCI. So that it was actually in my list, and I was seeking to trade, but I was a little bit underconfident, so I just skipped it. Uh, because because in the similar trade, comparing to Gallant, that was a better and more linear. But over here, no sir, in shipping corporation, what happened was the we got this very good demand area, so this whole became a demand area, so and the price went and the price came down. Now I was anticipating what if the price, you know, goes in like a W formation like this, and this again it falls. I was a little bit concerned कि कहीं यहाँ से गिर ना जाए, because this similar experience happened with me in Prakash Industries. Of course, Prakash was different because यहाँ पे EOD पे it stayed above 20, and next day we got a gap up, and over here the hourly consolidation was very beautiful, like very beautiful. But actually, I lost my confidence to trade these because if you see from very beautiful, sir. I would definitely love to enter at this particular candle in this one, sir. And if at all after this inside bar also, if I have got something here, then maybe I would have added, and here maybe we would have got a pivot. But यहाँ पे से ही वो ऊपर चले गया था, sir. So similar I saw in Prakash, where what happened was, I'll just show you the M of Prakash. So Prakash M was here like this. I'm I'm I was planning a trade over here, sir, in the month of July to August, and yeah, that candle ended up the end of the month was like this, but it was not like this, between the August month. And I was expecting maybe, the of course we're not seeing significant demand from here, but candle consolidations was there, and maybe we could have seen a better one. If you just check on W, no, so on W again similar to that we got this. Now I discussed, if you remember, so we discussed that open equal to we got a very good open equal to low, and we got a very good higher close CB, sir. And this was the first of CB, and instant there was a price consolidation, and unlike the linear one, it was a price consolidation which was perfect. Again we got a very beautiful DC, sir. On this DC, when I went on daily, sir, I thought of playing the consolidation part. I recently saw in one of the chats, while you were discussing with other students, that whenever we there is a WDN, and on D consolidation, if at all we see IB, we can definitely, not like a formula approach, but definitely we can go for it. But that time I my approach was also a little bit different. I was playing something similar to your Amaraja battery, long, very long back in 231 batch. You had shared that Amaraja consolidation, so where you got a CB, and we had seen a few smaller candles consolidation, and of course the candles in consolidate contraction were very smaller and very beautiful and very linear. यहाँ पे I was trying to play the same thing, but the case over here was that I was trying to play the event, the event of earnings, and it was on this day. So actually, if this day, if I'll just show you, sir, you won't believe, the hourly was something very small, and I had purchased over here. Yeah, on this candle, we saw this, and the price was flattening. I thought this smaller candle was the best price to buy, and I was anticipating another green candle, something similar to close like this, a similar green candle close like this. And at one point also, it even went to that rate, and I was like, maybe close de dega in hourly. But suddenly, my stop loss was below this, and it's just not back. Matlab, I was not able to play my stop loss as well. And then I thought, okay, then the rest my trade plan was that you know I'll just wait for it, वो price आता ही है. But I waited till here, I guess, and I think I sold here, or maybe I think I sold here, so, and it did touch the level. The crux was that the similar thing, of course यहाँ पे the candles were not the best, and the whole thing did not merge. So I realized that in this thing, and even in this thing it worked. So ये थोड़ा clear हो गया है, so that maybe this area I would have bought, and SL was below this candle. That's the best thing. And of course, not even below this, even a close below the 50 moving average would have significant a candle coming big, significantly bigger candle coming here, that would just destroy the whole structure itself. So yeah, I understood this part a little bit, but I was a little bit unable to objectify it. ऐसे तो मेरे को feel आ गया है, so that this the consolidation, the last sell, we got it, and then we had just this inside consolidation over the 10, like very beautiful. As soon as I saw this, I remembered Galantis part. And one more thing was yeah, similar to this over here. So over here also, if you see, so I've observed one thing. that you remember, sir, in one of the brainstorming sessions we were asked that, in these areas, this is daily, sir, so 200 is hovering here, but at these areas, no, so usually, not every time, we see that M it's near 20 or even 50. In this case it's M is 50, but in certain other cases we see that M is near 20 as well. And there's so much distance with the 200, and the D just goes there. How do The crux of my summary is that how do I time better off time on D and play the MDNA. So over here, uh, of course it's away, and the MAs are away, and the price just goes there, it comes down again, the whole thing is flat. From here we get a move, again we get a down move. This is what I was talking about. So that how in SCI, in Shipping Corporation of India, how would I have played this? And even in that particular stock of SCI, if you've seen also, the M, it not on this one. Yeah, the M had not big significant candles. It just went slowly, consolidated over the 10, and we're getting those demand. So similar to Jaiswal, sir. Yeah, actually, I think I would have. It happens like this. I think I would have been interested after this, and I could have bought over here and play the consolidation up to the MDNA, maybe over here. Yeah, MDNA, and maybe here I would have sold. So this would have been my plan. So uh, maybe 50%, and this would have been my plan. So one thing I have observed is while timing also, I've observed is that whenever price is above 200 and it sustains, we see huge momentum bursts. So यहाँ पे the momentum won't be there. It'll be hugely volatile, and it'll be flat over here. We get the demand candles, and from here, and then we play this consolidation again. It goes below, comes above. It's above the 200. We see that good momentum happening. That's just one of a strong observations. Now with this, so with this approach, we start, so, and I have more than like 15 to 20 stocks. Starting with Rico Auto, this was the place where my whole approach to this thing got clicked to me, because Rico Auto, I was seeing, I think it was on a 3 monthly, yeah, and it was falling. So I've seen many stocks. What used to happen was, they used to come near the 3M DNA and move, but this thing did not happen in Rico Auto. So what happened is, one thing I observed was that we wait, sir, whenever the price is falling and we have the 3 month demand over here, but still, the significant push we don't get. But here, so I don't remember that stock, but while studying and while practicing also long back, few months back, I had seen this thing happening. So, but that sometimes the demand would come here and it will move. That definitely that thing is there, but many a times we don't see the demand, and while objectifying, or while going for the accuracy, so we see that not much demand come from here, but we see big moves happening from here. It goes and tests 10, 20, and 50, and from 50, we see a slug. Now you won't believe, I was actually planning to buy here. The main reason to buy here was earnings. The event was there, but again, I was unable to objectify it, and the moves we see also from here are the best. Just in this case, I think the earnings was there, so we saw that impulse move happening, 3 to 5 candles. But I think this is the approach I'm talking about. So the where so this area I was planning to buy, but I was a little bit scared. What if it falls till here, because the MAs are all above, the price is below the MAs, like not even 10 MA. The price is not even above 10 MA, it's below 10 MA, and what if the price just goes from here? But again, sir, the approach, I was a little bit scared, so I did not play this. But my whole approach I'm planning is to play on this. So Rico Auto Pay 200 ke below tha, we got an impulse, we got it. So the next one is myself, sir. Now in this, while I think the one thing I observed was that long time back, I had texted you, sir. We had a discussion in a live session that there'll be cases where the D is always not the best, but the MDNA always aligns to it. Now if you see the MDNA also, it was like this. That's this candle, and there was not much significant move that came in, but little bit, so just like the Rico Auto, like you just have to get the feel of it, because in Rico Auto, the 3M DNAP, first DNAP candle DNAP, we had just seen this, but not a move something like, like this, which goes up really good. That move just flattened from here and fell again, in over here. But यहाँ पे we see not only this stock but few other stocks as well, where I've observed that one more thing to observe was that over here we get some exhaustions at D. You'll see some exhaustions at D happening. We get to see a big candles happening here, again coming towards it. Again, not to buy here, not to buy with that thing in this support level in mind, but to get the approach, sir. Now here what happened is that यहाँ पे the DDNA, the D candles is not the best, but that approach, so uh, that the not the best looking D uh, candle and not the best looking D consolidations is happening, but it just aligns with your MDNA. We had this discussion, so, and just similar thing I had seen like just 3 days, and we see 9%. Actually, this was went more, but yeah, 9, 16, and 20. So it's something around. Yeah, there's 20, there's 36, and then there is 9. So around 45% move in 3 days. So this is what I was planning. So there's so many stocks, so many. This is a random video. This video is not properly organized. The way I'm saying is a little bit not organized. I'm just going with the flow. But I'm working to share this approach on you. So I'm like 15 to 20 stocks lined up, and I'm like seeing again in detail ki what are the, because there are certain stocks you know which may look rosy but they aren't, and uh, what are the dynamics and how we can objectify it very crucially. Like even if you see, so I was like thought of buying it, but I was just scared. Now if you ask me why I was scared, because the distance I thought maybe 200 and here, but yeah, we get those good moves. There's exhaustion over here as well, and I was scared because of this thing, sir. This kind of failed for me. Not failed actually. Did not work properly as planned. I had my buy here, sir. Basically, yeah. So this is again. This is my M, sir. This thing I've written just to remind myself whenever I see the chart that I'm playing on WDNA. So yeah, the price came. There was a very bad ILHS. So it was known, so that whenever price would move up, it would again fall, and the same thing you see, so 25%, 27%. So it's not the best pick to go for long, but of course I thought of playing this on daily, maybe for a few candles. Now the earnings are coming, so I'm again interested in it. So I had bought here, and you won't believe, sir, you won't believe, I was holding up to this candle, and I had removed on this candle thinking that जब एक और एक demand candle आएगा then I'll be interested again. I removed from this, and I think I parked in Bharat Wire. I'll show you the chart as well. So I waited so many days, you won't believe. So I was, when I bought this, I was just planning for this thing कि मेरे को यहाँ तक एक move आ जाए, but this thing never happened, and I also realized relativity, and I was just brushed upon all my concepts, and it was like perfect, like it was my mistake to buy here. I realized it, but over here also I thought the move is coming, and when it went here, I understood that the next DNA, if at all we have seen a few 2-3 candle consolidations over here, it would be bursting out, but that did not happen. So, and over here I was holding, and then I thought maybe, you won't believe, the next day we see this thing. I sold this around 320, and the next day I saw was this thing happening, because my capital got blocked. And again at this point I got interested, but my capital got parked in Bharat Wire. But again, so what I'm trying to say is that 10:20 is aligned, and maybe earnings be here on Tuesday. Today is Sunday, so maybe another day off. Maybe you can see a DC again. One more observation, 200 के ऊपर आ गया सर on Arly. Dynamics तो है ही है सर, but maybe 200 यहाँ पे आ गया है, so maybe we could see here a momentum happening on Arly, but on D it would not be a significant, and maybe D would come here, be a little bit volatile because it's under 200, or it may even we get those 2-3 candles which goes up to here, because the DNA of event is like that, so around 10-20%, and maybe over here maybe I can just sell it. The DNA is again, so as I was saying, so जब price fall होता है, and then we see this demand. I'm not saying with this experience over the green, I got an experience कि यहाँ पे कैसा होगा. So just like the previous stock which we were discussing ना सर in Rico Auto कि 3M का demand यहाँ पे है support zone, but वो थोड़ा ही आता है. Once we see this significant move ना sir, and usually in the significant move I call it the W move. Of course I'm not approaching it that way, but I call it this. So यहाँ पे we see the exhaustion candles. Again, one more observation was this. I even in previous stock that was there and 16%, and it just fails it. And over here we start seeing good demands and happening. So again, I my target is just to play till here. Why? Because on M again, if you see, so the M candle is like this, and the ILH is not the best. So anything can happen over D over here. So right now my plan would be to play the earnings and to play for 3 to 5 candles, and that's how it is. A similar approach I was looking out for in JWL. So I'll tell you, sir. So this again, sir, this green arrow is where I bought my JWL, sir. This over here. Now again, sir, same thing happening. The tip getting a very very good candle and then falling, and not the tip but the approach, sir. Usually we see these areas around 200 or even 50 moving averages on weekly. Yeah, I think yeah that's yeah. Even the previous in New Gen also we saw the same thing, sir. Uh, and even in Rico Auto we see that not that tip but similar, that that relativity, sir. So in JWL as well, uh, we saw that, and yeah, I just clear everything, sir. So this is how my JWL was, and very beautiful. It came near the demand zone, sir. Higher high, higher low, and it came over here. So basically, and my plan is never to buy here because they go flat, and sometimes it goes up to here, sometimes just like recorded it flattens, it comes here, and from here we see a move towards that. So over here I was waiting, and we saw this move, it came down, sir. So JWL came down, and I was just waiting over this candle, sir. This uh, was pretty lucrative, but again I was aware that prices below the 10, 20 and 50. So but that's how I take my bets, sir. With the approach, when I show you the approach of high tech and other things, even the one with myself, where the daily DNA is not the best, but the MDNA just merges with it. So with the same thing I was planning with JWL, um, that I bought over here. I was just seeing that prices here, prices again tested 50, prices again tested 50. यहाँ पे the MAs were not too away, they became together. Here the MAs were the best, and we had this good, very beautiful candle as well. So and all the prices were closing above 10, and this thing happened, and I was completely okay with it because in my mind I was open with it. Now what I am anticipating is that maybe my approach is always like that only, so that DC aega, approve, I'm here. But there are also cases that it just goes like this, and of course if fails below this or maybe this, but this is a nice demand area, so I'm not planning to sell anything now, but I'm still holding for so many days. That's the concern, so like 6th October, and I seek to play for 3 days, and this thing happens, and I'm completely okay with it. Like this thing happened, and this thing failed at here itself, I feel, and I should have known to come out and maybe re-enter after a DC, but I understood that this candle was not the best candle because the close was not the best for this candle, and I was planning something else only in my mind. I was having some huge glory picture that this was going here, and yeah, so that's how it is, sir. So that's how my plan is, sir, with this thing. Now there are many stocks, sir. Yeah, you see this again, the earnings event and this thing happening. The demand is over here and price flattening again. That you see that tip, sir. Well, you see those exhaustions happening over here, and after that the stock just fails. And yeah, with the event, this thing was similar to Rico, but again, yeah, I was just not confident. I'm practicing more, so, and I'll be sharing a deep video on this to you, with my observations and everything, that how do I approach a stock. There are many stocks in a similar way. I guess the best one I've already shared, sir. Let's discuss Kirlos. Was it electric? Yeah, yeah, similar. So this thing happening 10 W50, nice candles happening over here. Now we got the CP. The consolidation was not the best. Now I'm waiting for a DC maybe over here, and that DC 2-3 candles consolidation, and boom, it goes. And that would just be a single or a two candle consolidation. The major move, maybe what I plan is no sir, or what I plan to play is that to go like this, and when it consolidates over here no sir, to buy here, because from here the momentum which we see no sir above 200 is the best. That's what I've got a conclusion. I've been able to conclude sir with this approach, and usually we see this thing happening above 200 is the where I see the best VNA, because below 200 that's just volatility is there, and at 200 volatility is also there, and price just snaps back huge. Because even if I show you the Rico Auto thing also once again, even if you see here, there was not, sorry sir, not Rico Auto, that was in one stock where the wick was just huge. So the stock was MySell, so, and over here even if you see so the wick is high, so that means the volatility was high, and usually in these cases I become little bit panic. I become in a panicking mode, because you see there's so many gains, and you just feel, because over here you feel like 200 aa gaya hai, there's this ILHs, we are entering sell zone and supply zone, and maybe not the best, and suddenly you see that approach of MDNA aligning with your D. So this is how I've been planning. So I'll just walk you through my list as well, so this is my red list, sir, which is priority on D. Anything on D, so like Manaxia, which went really good, was also on my list over here. I think because of earnings it's out of my list, but yeah, Manak Coat, no, not this one, Manak Coat. I was not having funds, so I was not able to buy, but yeah, this was my list as well. There was two more stocks here. This just gone. I think it was. Yeah. Sir. Also, I wanted to discuss. Sorry, sir. Actually, I'm little bit. You might seem that I'm over the place, but it's all unplanned and little bit unorganized. And yeah, sir. So over here, the similar thing happened, sir. The price just came down, and we saw the test. We saw this very beautiful move. It's near 50, so yeah, M is near 50. Now I've bought Bharatwire over here. The Bharatwire was bought on this candle on this day, sir. Was it? Yeah, it was this day. On opening itself I bought it, so because I had a feeling, because this seemed VCC to me while seeing itself, and I bought on this day, and I'm still safe only. That's what I said. No, so since the MAs are below, volatility is there, but I'm expecting just one candle of 14%. The DNAs of 16, there's 12, there's 15, there's 14%. So 14 to 16 is the best candle is what I'm expecting over here, and I would be exiting on that candle, sir. So that is how I've planned. But actually, no, so the whole crux of going on to down, or maybe I'll experience big candles over here, but for right now, no, so my experience is just that certain candles don't move and certain move violently and certain don't, so. And again, so that tip which I said, so the W, again this also, this is an exhaustion candle, so over here it just moves. And yeah, there's one more trade I wanted to discuss. It was Purvankara, which I had taken long back. Yeah, do you remember, so in one of a live session you mentioned that usually when so the prices, the MAs are away, usually we see this. Maybe I'll just do the drawing tool. I'm really sorry for spamming you, sir. uh, it would be like this, sir. The MAs would be like this, and the price would just go like this, and it would be like this, and then break, and that approach. So similar way, sir, I was planning a trade in Purvankara. uh, so यहाँ पे of course you got the tip, and yeah, sir, not the best consolidation. I was just waiting relativity wise as well. I was just waiting on W was like this, so I do not trade here. But when this thing happened also, I started to get interested over here, so on this day I think I had bought, so this particular week I'll tell you, sir. Yeah, on this day I had bought, sir. I bought on this day. You just see the consolidations. I think it was the best, and I was anticipating this as a VCC because one, we got the sell off from here, second sell off from here, third sell off from here, and we were pretty good position. When this thing happened, this red candle happened, I was still holding it. Yeah, and this thing, next day I saw this. Yeah, next day I think I added more on over here. Yeah, and it was a gap up. So I was maybe planning to, I thought maybe it goes up. I was planning till here, this resistance, and maybe what I was anticipating was it goes here. Maybe it come down. Maybe it gives me the second time. Maybe I'll play that, or maybe it goes up to here, it comes here again. If you see some nice consolidation on W happening, and then we can go here. But both the cases did not happen so, and it was a gap up and it fell pretty bad. I think I was holding till here. I think I exited over here, so I was just curious why this happened over here. But that's what, sir. These answers only I'm finding out, so I'm trying to find out. And if I was actually concluding on this thing only, that because of the relativity, sir. I don't remember if you know my Nifty trade, which I took in December. It was something like this, and I had put options. It did fall. I was not able to make the money. I think I had discussed. I don't know, sir, if you remember that trade. The similar thing happened on Nifty daily, sir. So I understood that relativity wise, it will go up. The 10 moving all down. All our previous studies, sir. But while I was making these videos, sir, I just came across this thing, and this thing went. So I just thought of discussing it with you. Of course, so my practice is going on, and similar to these types also, which I said, high tech, Mycel, Rico, where we see this MDNA happening near the support area, and happening over here, so that is how I'm planning to approach trails like that, where MDNA aligns with the D, and on D we can time it very efficiently, so like 3 to 5 candles and you're on. And I over here, I think I would have sold here, and the next day maybe it went 10%. So this also I wanted to discuss with you, because I would have played for 3 to 5 days and I would have sold here near 200, and I got this beautiful candle. This is how my W is now. W again, so the structure wise range is over here, and the nearest lower high which I'm seeing is this, and on M also I'm seeing few down slow moving averages. So how am I missing a major point, or was my perception or observations right? Like, we get this candle move, this CB we get, and in certain cases we don't get the best of CB, but we get the approach. So similar to your was it DP piston, DP, one of your trades, sir. I do remember. Was it DP? In that trade also I remember, sir, that your candles were something like a similar volatile candle, and it was like this, and it was very beautiful, so I think that was very beautiful, and something like this. It was like this doji happening, and there was some last sell happened, and I think DP Abhushan. Yeah. I think you played it over here. I remember. Yeah. Over here, this area. Yeah, this area you had played, sir. You had bought here, and even you won't believe, sir. This stock was even in my list, but I was a little bit concerned because of this thing only. But yeah, this now I have seeing many stocks. I have found an approach, sir, like that inside bar consolidation, that VCC. On STF itself we can see that similar thing happening, and you're playing the momentum, and yeah. So this was just a raw discussion, so nothing was planned, and I think it was a little bit unorganized as well, but I just hope I was able to share what I wanted to share. So this now is can come over here, this can even come over here. I'm just seeing how to play this. Even this stock I wanted to see, so like just G ship, similar to this is the best example for the BTC trade, sir. Like this thing coming away, and I was anticipating. Now we might anticipate that it can come over here, but not necessarily it can come over here, and maybe on W, you see that Amaraja type of consolidations along that. Those one you get candle and one, and I'm still not taking a trade over here. I'm a little bit scared, so take over here, but I think yeah, this is the best. Now what can happen is it can just fly from here with the momentum because it is above 200, or we can see we can just fly from here, G ship, or maybe you can see something here. If that thing happens, then I would be interested in buying here, or you can just see this thing happening. So and we play we see a very very so a long consolidation happening like this. I would just love to help me out, Kib. Before itself, how do we objectify even more better, and how do we be even more efficient with all these trades which I shared so with you. I think one of the best stocks was Supriya. I think I missed this. I'm tracking this I'm tracking this from this week, so and my just funds are just stuck in JWL and Bharatwire. So yeah, before Bharatwire I was stuck in Newgen. I got stuck in JWL. So I think I'm missing this very beautiful stock on daily. This is like this. I mean, the WDNA is like the WSTF is like this, and daily we've seen this inside bars. The 10 slope is just above the, maybe the hourly we could see some ranges happening over here, and maybe I'll just like go for a value buy over here on hourly because it's coming from 200. Then usually it bounces off from 50. This was also one of the observations which I shared and which you told me to you keep in mind about this observation. So yeah, this is all I'm seeing, sir. I guess I was a little bit bullish on banking stocks as well. I think I had IOB in between. I'll be sharing you a video, sir, of my past trades. I'll be sharing you with a video that how I'm approaching trades on the CB scans and the consolidations I'm seeing. I think it's I've understood it, but I'm a little bit scared. So I think I bought over here, sir. The similar approach. And I'll just show you the IOBM, sir. The IOBM is like this. I think, and in this month, and the W was like this, sir. And I think I bought on this day, sir. And it did go like this. I was completely okay with this thing happening. It did even go like this. When this thing happened, so when this closed below the 50 moving average, then I closed on a break even, sir. And since then it's just sideways, and yeah, so that's how it is. But Indian Bank, this guy went, sir. This guy just, it was similar to this concern. You remember, sir, I was just in the start of the video I was discussing about Gallant Dispatch thing. It just went from here, sir. Like even the same thing I think I just saw in one more stock which I was what was it? Just now we saw the stocks. I think was it? I think in the start of the video as I explained, I was see the DC and play the 10, but I think we saw so. And again, so this thing is happening above 200. So it may come here, it may not come here. If it may come here, we may see a CB or a DC. If we see a CB or a DC, we can play that consolidation, but that consolidation will give us the momentum. That is what I'm the thing is that, so maybe or maybe I could just change the STF. So yeah, on W, because that is what it is, because that W10 will be coming, and that D, I think was it yeah, we got it. Yeah, Kirloskar Electrical, similar to Indian Bank. I don't know if this would go the way, blast like that or just fall like that, because yeah, the SL would be below here, so below the CB basically. But again, it will be a demand candle, so still I'll be managing. But yeah, I'll be sorry, sir, if this video was a little bit unorganized, or I was not able to present the way I had to. I've just spoke my mind, and it was completely raw, sir. But I just hope that my approach was that I think this became a very short video. It could have been a short video, but I just kept talking with you in my mind, and just the approach in my mind. I'll sure, sir. I'll look forward for your feedback, sir. What do you think? And any other thing? Maybe I could just objectify it more better, because yeah, that's I would love to hear your feedback, sir. And is my approach right? And am I going in the right way or the right direction? Of course, I'm also seeing these trades where not only the MDNA but even these trades were in my list only. and these are the best OG trades. So like I mean one day, but those type also I am this goes into super performance also, and this also like three candles and you get the best of 45%. So like this is something you know uh, something to be worked upon, sir. So I would love to hear your feedback and what do you think, sir. Good night, sir. Hi, sir. Mine's side. So I hope this video gets recorded properly. Yes, hi, sir. So yeah, over here I was just screening a few stocks, sir, and I'm actually following a approach, sir, which I wanted to discuss with you briefly. Of course, a detailed approach I am working on. I have list of stocks, so like I have more than 15 to 20 stocks where I'm working on in detail, but that was just a brief I wanted to discuss with you about. So what I'm planning is nothing but MS